part of an effective blogging strategy is you sending out numerous emails related to your blog. So some of these emails may be email blasts, other emails may be pitches that you send to guest blogs with your recommendation of an idea that would make for an excellent guest post. So there are many emails that we have to send as bloggers in order to get more exposure and communicate with our audiences. But as we send these emails, a common pattern emerges, and this is where efficiency can play a part in how we send our emails. So these are some of the emails that you may be sending very often, and you may realize that they have a similar pattern. So an outreach email, you're telling someone that maybe you mentioned them in one of your blog posts and you'd appreciate if that person were to share your blog post, or you just ask someone to share your blog post after you have taken the time to build that relationship with those people. So outreach emails, email blasts where you are communicating with your subscribers, and also interview requests where maybe you see a podcast and you want to offer them the time to interview you, and you want to position yourself as an expert who the person who owns the podcast would want to interview. So these are just some of the many emails that we send over and over again, all in part to grow our blog and allow more people to see it. So the way that a rubric email works is that you give yourself a summary of how every single one of your emails should go. This is the basic pattern that you can use for one of your emails. So this is an example of a pattern that I would use for potentially sending out an email blast. So you start with hello, the name of the person, and then maybe write a sentence summarizing the blog post. You say, this is the blog post that I'm going to share with you today. Something like that, but make it sound more nicer than that. Then you include a link to the blog post. So what I do in my emails is I will write the name of the blog post and then have a link to the blog post within the name of the blog post. So if I have a blog post called 3 ways to get more blog traffic, in the email it would show the words 3 ways to get more blog traffic, and then that would be a hyperlink leading to the blog post. Then I will copy and paste the first few paragraphs of the blog post, put it in that email below the link, have a quick call to action that entices people to continue reading the blog post. I'll say something like, click to continue reading. And then that's when I include a link to the blog post. That hyperlink, when clicked on, leads to the blog post. I include my signature that I always include within all of my email blasts, and then an optional PS where I may mention a previous blog post I wrote or a product that I may have recently launched or a discount that I may be having. So this is a basic rubric that you can use for creating email blasts, and I'm only showing you the rubric for email blasts because the rubrics that you create are dependent on how you communicate with your audience and how you communicate to people when you are sending out your pitches. But look at the emails you are sending, look for the common patterns, and then create a rubric like this where all you are doing at that point is simply inserting information instead of having to go back to previous emails that you have sent just to see if you are following the right protocol. Creating a rubric allows you to know what the right protocol is without you looking at any past emails that you have sent. That will allow you to save time and make it easier for you to send more emails in the same amount of time it would have taken for you to send, let's say, 1 to 5 emails. If you have any questions about blogging more efficiently, then I highly encourage you to post your question in the discussion section of this course where I will quickly get back to you. That is all for this lecture. I hope it has served you, and what I want you to do is to dream big, achieve greatness, and unlock your potential today.